Okay.
Squeak, squeak.
I know.
Squeak.
Oh, God damn it.
Hello, Champagne Dreamers. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Miss J. And today I'm here with a crazy video. I can't believe all the just trash. I know I'm kind of a trash person, but there's so much trash on my table right now. This video, if you saw the title, is all about my empties from 2019. So I decided, I kind of like empties videos sometimes, but sometimes I watch them and it's just like 5 products that somebody used in a month or whatever. And I thought, I want to know more in the spirit of thinking about consumerism and our footprint on the planet and all of that. I want to know more about the amount of waste that I produce in a year. And so rather than going month by month where it's a little bit smaller, I thought, why don't I save up all of my skincare and makeup products for a year and go through them? And so I saved everything, almost everything. We're going to talk about a couple things as we go through, but almost everything. And I had 2 entire dollar store bins full of stuff, overflowing. So they even more than fits in those 2 bins. And there's a lot of stuff here. And I'm a little taken aback. I don't even know what to say. And as we go through, you'll start to see the things that I really love and the things that I maybe don't love as much. And so we'll talk about it. We'll talk about the things I loved, things that I hated, things I would repurchase, things I would not repurchase. And so if you're excited to check that out, stay with us. We're getting into it right now. So I have everything on my table, and I have it kind of loosely separated into makeup and skincare. There's a lot more skincare than makeup. So I am a big old drag queen. I do not wear makeup every single day. There are some products that I will wear from time to time, like a tinted moisturizer or something like that. But I don't wear makeup every single day, and so I don't use up makeup as often. I only really wear it for shows. But when I wear it at shows, I use a lot of it. This is an industrial application. This is not Revlon, it's Dutch Boy. So when I get into it and actually start using it, I use a lot of it. But there's definitely more on the skincare side than on the makeup side. I didn't include hair care products or shower products like shampoos, conditioners. I used to be a Wen girl. I loved Wen, and then when Sephora stopped carrying it, it became too hard to track down. So I basically just use any old shampoo, conditioner that I find that seems interesting. So I didn't really include hair care products with one exception that I'm going to show you. And I also didn't include like shower products. I do love shower gels, but I'll try a little bit of everything. There is one shower product that I included. I also didn't include fragrance, except for, again, one product that I want to show off because I have lots of opinions. So let's go ahead and get into it, and let's do the one-offs first of all. The one thing that I did, if you saw my Too Faced Tutti Frutti collection when I was getting ready, my hair was a beautiful teal green shade, and that is actually because of this product right here. This is the Lime Crime Unicorn Hair in the shade Sea Witch. And so it's almost gone. There's a little bit in there, but it's not enough for a full application, so I am going to go ahead and rinse this out, and we'll recycle the container. But this is the only hair care product because I really love this. We recorded that video, that green that I showed you. We recorded that in the end of January, mid to late January. And I had done that dye. It was the second time I had used this dye in the beginning of December. So about a month and a half. And it still had really beautiful color, really beautiful saturation. So I do love this unicorn hair. Now, the only shower product that I included is one that I got from TJ Maxx. This is by, it used to be Asquith and Somerset. Now it's just the Somerset Toiletry Company. And this is strawberry and papaya. It was a sugar scrub, salt scrub. And I love this. I used it all up. I don't tend to use scrubs all the way up. I like them, but I don't use them often enough, and so they go bad and I have to throw them out. This one I used all the way to the bottom, and it's because of this smell. The strawberry and papaya, if you see that from the Asquith and Somerset, or I guess now it's just called the Somerset Toiletry Company, I absolutely love it. It's delicious. I want to eat it. The one fragrance that I did include, this is from Mary Kay. This is Live Fearlessly. I really loved it. It's a beautiful, kind of floral, maybe a little bit of peachy kind of scent. It's beautiful. You spray it on and it lasts approximately 13 seconds. And I love to smell like a French whore. So I spray a lot, and I still would spray it, and 30 seconds later I wouldn't feel anything. I wouldn't feel anything. I can feel my face when I'm with you. That's not what happened. I didn't go numb from it. I'm not having a stroke. I couldn't smell it anymore. Like after like 30 seconds, I would just not notice anything. So it was a bummer. It's a beautiful fragrance, but it just wasn't long lasting. All right, so let's get into the makeup cosmetic type products. The first one, I am obsessed with setting spray. I will just spray my face with setting spray as a refresher in the summer, especially if it's hot. I love a good setting spray, and so I went through a lot of them. First of all, I've got 5 bottles. I don't know if they're going to focus. You probably won't be able to see them or read the labels, but
or maybe
you'll just have to trust me. So we do. So the ColourPop, these are the ones that had the stones in them. This is aquamarine, amber. I had all 5 of them. 2 of them are priming sprays, which I call bullshit on. I don't believe in a priming spray. I absolutely use a primer. Rose quartz is a priming spray. But I love them as setting sprays. Amethyst. What was the last one? Aventurine. So these were from ColourPop. This is the kind of thing I wish they would bring back because I really did love these. They smelled really good. Other setting sprays that I worked through this last year. This is the iHeart Revolution Fixing Spray, and this one is vanilla and coconut. The peaches and cream one is better. I didn't really love this fragrance, but it wasn't bad, and I do like this setting spray. The Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. This is old packaging. This is another one that I didn't love, so I just tried to work through it. Just to be done with it. I figure for a setting spray, there's no reason to like declutter that. I use them all the time. So even though it wasn't my favorite, I just used it up. And then we have this pink monstrosity. So this is the Jeffree Star X Morphe, what do they call it? Set and Refresh Mist in Starberry. I don't know why it's called Starberry. It should be called Strawberry Candy Cancer. That's what it smells like. It smells like it's giving me cancer at the time. My hashtag not sponsored. I feel like everybody has to say that whenever they show a Morphe product because everybody assumes that everybody's sponsored by Morphe. Clearly they didn't sponsor me to say that, but yeah, I didn't love this. I love the original Morphe, without the smell. So unless you like Strawberry Candy Cancer on your face, I would say save $2 and go for the regular version. I don't love that. Things that I do love for setting sprays. This is my absolute favorite in the world. This is the Too Faced Peach Mist. The mattifying setting spray from the Peaches and Cream line at Sephora. I did also use the Hangover RX, and I do like this one, but I do like the peach one better. The smell on this is heavenly. If you have not smelled the Peaches and Cream collection that's in Sephora, it is amazing. I also bought a little travel size that I worked through. I am dying to buy this again, but I have so many setting sprays right now, and I do work through them, obviously, because we've got a lot of empties of them, but I just was like, you gotta finish up some more setting sprays before you buy more of this. But as soon as I work through a few more, I'm definitely repurchasing this. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite in the world. I also went through 4 containers of the Jeffree Star lip scrub. This, if you've been sleeping on it, if you need a good lip scrub for $12, they taste amazing. I can't even describe to you like how good. There's only 1 or 2 that have ever been duds, like the marshmallow is kind of gross, but like they're so good and the flavors are so nuanced. Like his orange soda one tastes like it's got carbonation. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's not just like an orange flavor. Like when you taste it, it's like orange soda. It's almost like you can feel it fizzing in your mouth. It's not fizzing, but it tastes like a fizzy soda pop. It's so good. So I don't even know. I took the stickers off of these, so I don't know what they are, but these are 4 Jeffree Star lip scrubs. Love it. Then I was a Tyra beauty tainer for about a year, and I know some people are still bitter about that. And yes, it's a multi-level marketing. Let me live. But these are 2 of the tinted moisturizers. I did kind of like these. I got them in like a kit as part of being a beauty tainer. Tyra Beauty, as far as I can tell, is gone. Kaput. Rest in peace, but she's gone. But this is the shade Sugar Cookie, which was number 2, and number 3 is Butter Pecan. So there were 9 shades. These are 2 of the light shades. And I worked through these. I would use these occasionally just as like an everyday thing. They didn't work for like show makeup or anything, but sometimes they were a nice kind of fun little moisturizer to put on to get just a little bit of color or to even out my redness, because I am a pink beast. All right, now we've got some blushes. So my ride or die blush that I love to pieces, and I always use a ton of this. This is the Love Flush blush from Too Faced in the shade Baby Love. I love this not even so much as a blush. This shade is perfect for blending my contour up into my blush, and so I absolutely love this. I use so much of it. I'm surprised I only have 1 empty from last year. I'm sure I have one that's almost dead, that's like waiting to go in the pile. This is from 1675 Cosmetics. This is the shade Crantastic. And I did scrape these out. This is kind of a deep maroon. This is like, I think, hand pressed, and this started to go bad. So I did use it quite a bit for both blush and contouring, but it started to go bad, so I scraped it out. Then we have the Milani. These are the baked blushes, and this is in the shade, what is this? Red Vino. And the packaging is falling apart, but I absolutely love it. I have replaced this. This and the Too Faced I have replaced. The other ones I have not. And then we have this little Tarte blush in the shade Doll Face, which is a beautiful pink. I did love this, but I haven't. I don't know why I keep opening them. I scraped them out. I'm already keeping garbage for an entire year. I don't need to keep the actual product to just sit and get old and gross, but like all of my makeup sits around to get old and gross because I just buy too much. This like beautiful pink shade, I did love it. I haven't repurchased it. I do like Tarte's blushes, and I'm kind of into blushes right now, but I just am bored with Tarte as a brand, and so I haven't been buying anything from them. That's the situation with that. But this is the shade Doll Face, which I love. Then I have some eye primers that I went through. These are ones that I use both for shows, and also there are some, when I do swatches for my website, janessaj.com, the world of champagne, I will usually do them on my arm, and I will put down a layer of eye primer first. So I do have the glue stick primer from the crayon case. This is an old Urban Decay in the shade Sin, which was kind of a champagne metallic. The Urban Decay Anti-Aging, which I hated. This felt greasy and gross. It was too something. I don't know what it was. A little sample size of the Peachy primer. Oh, this is a face primer. Yeah, this is a face primer. I love this. This is my favorite face primer. And then the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. So this I used for swatching a lot. The crayon case I used for swatching. These other two were more for show looks. A couple of foundations. I did finally finish up my Lock-It foundation from Kat Von D, which we now know is KVD Vegan Beauty. They got rid of her. She was running the company into the ground with her anti-vaxxing, and so they got her out of there somehow, and so now it's all changed up. This is fine. If you like a full coverage beat, this is super full coverage. There's just other products I like that are better color matches that just work the same or better. So for example, I also have an empty of the Urban Decay All Nighter. This is the only Kat Von D that I have purchased, and it took me a while to get all the way through this. I have emptied out 3 or 4 of these. I love this. This is my ride or die foundation, the Urban Decay All Nighter. I'm in the shade 3.5. This one wasn't a perfect match, but this was light neutral 48. I would buy this any day over this one. I really love the All Nighter. But I also love the BH Cosmetics liquid foundation. This is in the shade Rosy Beige. This is like $9.50. And this works just as well as either of these. So I really do love this as a good option. I do really think this just is luxurious and it's wonderful. And like this color match is perfect to me. This BH Cosmetics is pretty good, but this is like my perfect shade. So those are the foundations that I finished up this year. All right, so I also have a couple of concealers. I did finally finish up my Naked Skin concealers from Urban Decay. I love these. I have the shade Light Warm and Fair Neutral. I use these together, or I will use them separately depending on how bright I want the under eye to be. I absolutely love these. I use that. It still looks like there's stuff in there, but it's kind of like coated on the inside. It's gotten a little old, but I dug in as much as I could. I did finally replace these with the same shades in the All Nighter concealer. Sephora had the All Nighter concealer for half off, so I do like that concealer as well, and I really love it with the foundation, but these were my ride or die for a long time. And also this little sample of the Kat Von D Lock-It, and this is in the shade L3 Warm. It was fine. I got it as a sample. It was okay. Again, the Urban Decay is just better. I just like it better. All right, a couple of contour products. First of all, this is from Tyra Beauty. This is the Sculpt in a Stick in Deep. I can't even tell you. This shade for contour is like my dream. It's perfect. When they were going out of business, when they were getting rid of us beauty-tainers, and before they like went to be just a retail space, I ordered like 3 or 4 of these, and I know they're gonna start getting old, and I don't care. I don't care. Don't come for me in the comments. I don't care if they smell rancid. I will put them on my face, and I will live with whatever happens. I don't care, because this was the perfect contour product. I love it, and I live in fear of the day that I will not be able to use this anymore. I've been trying to find alternatives. I tried the Fenty matchsticks. I've tried some other cream contours. I cannot find one that works as perfectly as this one does for me. So I'm a little sad that that's going to be in my future. Obviously, I didn't use that for this. I only use it for show makeup. But I just love this. The other contour product that I use up, this is the old packaging of the Cocoa Contour. And you can see I did use up both contour shades. There were 2 highlighting shades that I dug out that I mixed up. I was doing kind of a Franken makeup kind of play day, and so they didn't get panned all the way, but I did get 2 pan and pretty close to the edge of the pan for both of the contour shades in this. I really loved it. I would definitely buy this again. And this is just the original. This is old enough that it's not... I know eventually they came out with like a light medium, medium dark. This was the original, which I think was what they eventually relabeled the light medium. But this is old school. This is OG. So this was a good one. All right, mascaras and eyeliners. This is an Essence Superfine. I got this in like an Ipsy bag or something. It was fine. It dried out. Felt tip liners. They're the ones I like to use, but they also dry out. They're kind of frustrating. So... it was fine. Mascaras, these are ones that just got old. I got these in Halloween a couple years ago, but a pink and kind of a seafoamy green, blue from Wet n Wild colored mascaras. This is the Medusa's Makeup Witch Lash Mascara. Garbage. I'm really sorry. There's some products from Medusa's Makeup that I love that I think are really fun. This mascara is trash. Sorry, not sorry. This is a little sample size of the Benefit Roller Lash in black. And I've also had the full size in brown. That'll end up in my empties for next year if I do this again. I liked it. It was fine, but for a mascara that costs this much, I would much rather buy the Too Faced Better Than Sex. So this is a little sample size and a full size. Now, I don't use makeup enough to really justify buying $20 mascara. I can just get little sample sizes. And I always wear falsies, so it's just to blacken my lashes. But I really do love the Better Than Sex formula. This is the only mascara I have ever found because my lashes are super glass thin, blonde, impossible to see. They're so fine. Thanks, Mom. This is the only mascara that I can use, and with like 3 or 4 or 5 coats, I can feel like I could go on stage without lashes if I needed to. Now, if I have lashes, I'm going to put lashes on because my lashes are terrible. But there was one show quite a few years ago when I had just first discovered this that I forgot lashes, and I could actually put this on and get, not great, but I could get enough that I felt like I didn't have to hide my head in shame. So I do love the Better Than Sex. This is wonderful. We have a couple of liquid lipsticks from Gold Label Cosmetics. This is a black-owned makeup brand. These were fine. They were fun to play with, but they dried up way too fast, so I didn't even get to use these all the way up, which is a shame because they're really pretty colors. This beautiful like fuchsia and this purple. They're one of those, I don't really love the applicator. It's one of those like, oh, you can see maybe that it's starting to like pop out the top, but gross. It's got those little like squishy tops, and then you click the bottom. They were a nice idea, and I do love Gold Label Cosmetics, and their stick lipsticks are pretty fantastic, especially if you like really dark pigmented lipsticks. I also have some balms. I love a good lip balm, and sometimes if a gloss is clear, I'll just wear it as like a lip balm. First of all, I got tricked into buying that damn Glam Glow set that's got the sugar scrub and the balm for like $48. The sugar scrub I hated and started to smell funny, so I just threw it away. But this balm, let me tell you, I worked my way through this and I just wore it, and I cussed and swore about it every time. But I absolutely hated this, but I was like, I paid like $48 for that set. And so I was like, I'm going to get my money's worth out of this. So I did use this up. A Laneige lip balm, I do like these. I think these are fantastic. They're a little pricey. The Sugar Lip Therapy from Fresh. I love these. I love them when I get a sample. It's a little like, almost like a sugary scrub kind of thing. Oh, I love the smell. No, this is just a balm. Sorry, it doesn't have sugar. It was called Sugar, so I got confused. But these are $25 for a full size. Fuck that noise. We're not going to do that. But anytime I can get a sample, I get a sample and I use it up because I absolutely love it. This is from Max Factor. I got this when I was over in Ireland. I picked up a kit that's got their Lipfinity, which is their liquid to matte lipstick. And this is the balm that comes with it. And I use this up just as a lip balm by itself. And then these two lip glosses that I really love. This is the Extra Poppin' Wet Cherry Gloss from Lime Crime. I really adore this. This, I love the smell. Oh my god, it's so good. And I was like taking the little stopper out and like digging around as much as I could. And I just love it. I love it. It smells like cherry candy, but also it's almost like a buttery smell. Like it's so, it doesn't just smell like butter, but it's like, it's hard to describe. It's wonderful. You should smell it. It's delightful. I love it. And this is the Kylie gloss. This, I only bought this because of the name. It's like a champagne glittery gloss. And it's called Oh You Fancy. There's something I liked about that name, so I bought it. And I did use this up. There's still a little in the bottom, but I was like, I've scraped as much as I can. This I have repurchased. This I haven't repurchased yet, but who knows? I do think I'm fancy sometimes. The last of the makeup products, I've got some primers and a couple of powders. The first primer is the NYX Soft Focus. This was really good, but I feel like I used it way too fast. It's like a dimethicone, but in like a little compact. So it was in like, if I can open it, it was in this like cake down here, and then underneath you had a pad that you could put in there, and I felt like I picked up a ton of it, and I went through this really, really fast. It was nice. I would wear it again. NYX is not that expensive, but I felt like I went through it really, really fast. Then my favorite primer of all time, the Too Faced Primed and Peachy. I am an oily beast, so anything that is mattifying, give it to me all day long, daddy. This is the Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. I love it. I love the peachy smell. It's wonderful. This is the Benefit Professional, what is this called? License to Blot. And this is like if you get oily, it'll control oil. You can kind of put it on your skin. It'll take away oily patches. Or disguise them or mattify them or whatever. I will sometimes use this as a primer under makeup. I absolutely love it. This one, I used it as long as I could until it started to smell a little funny. Then I decided to be done with it. But I love this one. Couple of powders. This is from Besame. This is their translucent brightening violet powder. I did love this, but this is way too expensive. This thing was like $23, and I thought I was gonna get something the size of like a Coty Airspun powder, because I was like, oh, 23, I get it, it's a fancy brand or whatever. But I still, seriously, when I saw the picture, I thought I was gonna get something the size of like a Coty Airspun powder. Bitch. No, look at that. Ridiculous. That is shenanigans. It was lovely. I loved the violet smell. It was brightening. It was beautiful. Not worth the money to me. This I absolutely love, and I was able to pick up 2 replacements, thank you Jesus, when I was in Ireland, because they had some old discontinued Kat Von D stuff at Debenhams. But this is the KVD brightening powder in Petal, and this for baking under the eyes is perfection. I love it. And the last thing in the makeup category here is a little glitter pot. This was from Lemonhead LA. They had a series of 3 little mini glitters that were like a lip kit. This was the fuchsia pink, I think, and I used this up. I love Lemonhead LA. I love their glitter. I know glitters are killing the planet. I'm sorry, turtles. I'm doing what I can, but I just love me some glitter. So sorry about it. Alright, that was all of the makeup. Now we're going to get into the skincare, and we'll start with some of my staples, just so I can clear some more shit off my table. Like I said, I am an oily beast. It has taken me a long time to find a routine that I like, that I feel like controls my issues with my skin. I still get some little like flare-ups and things. I still have some pinkness, but I do have kind of a basic routine that I follow. And I'll probably do a more in-depth skincare video where I talk about how I developed my sort of routine that I go through. Where I learned about skincare was I was an Avon lady for a little while, way back in the day. God, that's been almost like at least 15, maybe 18 years ago. And yet I'm still a fresh-faced girl of 22. How does that happen? It was a long time ago. I was an Avon lady, and they had a course called Beauty Advisor that you could take, and they taught you some basic stuff about skincare so that you could, it was partially so you could sell this line. If anybody remembers the Becoming line, Google it. It was good. But if you wanted to sell that line, you had to become part of this Beauty Advisor program. And the nice thing about the training is it wasn't just the typical sort of training that you would think of from like an MLM of like, these are our lines, this is how they work together. It wasn't product knowledge, it was actual skincare knowledge. And basically what they were talking about is that when you're building a skincare routine, the basic kind of steps that you want to take are cleanse, tone, treat, moisturize. So CTTM, cleanse, tone, treat, moisturize. And I have been following that ever since those days, and that was the best investment I ever made, being an Avon lady for a little while so I could take that course, because it has really helped me with my skincare. So in terms of cleansing, that's a place, for a little while I convinced myself that I was bougie and that I should buy Glam Glow $38 cleansers. You do you, boo-boo. But if you've got the money for that, that's fine. But cleanser is really an area of your skincare that does not need to be expensive. If you're on a budget, if you're trying to figure out where to really focus your skincare dollars for the most impact, cleansing is just washing your face. I know there's all kinds of fancy people, and I'm sure that if that Hiram kid ever watches that, he's going to cuss me out or whatever. I don't care. It's just fucking washing your face. So you could do that with bar soap. And people are going to be like, oh my god, bar soap will dry out your skin. Yeah, if you only wash with bar soap and don't put anything on it to moisturize it, it's a problem. But that's why you have the rest of your routine. Cleansing, don't do it. Don't spend a ton of money. I use the Soap and Glory. This is the Face Soap and Clarity 3-in-1 Daily Detox Vitamin C Facial Wash. I had to read that. There's no cue cards. And that, I have 2 of these because I have been loving this ever since I discovered this. I am obsessed. I have that in my shower right now. I'm about to finish another bottle, and then I have a backup in my bathroom cupboard waiting to come out. I absolutely love this. The smell is delightful. Now, also from Soap and Glory, I do have this one, which is the Fab Pore Purifying Foam Cleanser. This was fine. I didn't like it as much as I liked the other one that they had. This is more of like a foaming one. It was fine. I just didn't like it as much, and it didn't have quite the same smell. I also took a little detour. This is another brand that I really like that I've discovered at Ulta. Formula 10.0.6. I don't know if there's a special way to say that. I love this, but then I read the back and it's like, excels at perfecting troublesome young skin. And I'm like, are you calling me out? Like, I could have young skin. You don't know. You don't know my life, bitch. So this is the Best Face Forward Daily Foaming Cleanser with passion fruit and green tea. Passion fruit and green tea. Consonants are hard today. And then we have the Bee Berry Ready Daily Foaming Cleanser with blackberry and coconut milk. I tried both of these. They were delightful. These are super inexpensive at Ulta. I don't think I've seen anything from this brand that's over like $8, $9. They're delightful. It's just not as good as the Soap and Glory. Sorry. When it comes to toner, let's have a talk. Let's talk about how Burt's Bees has decided to break my goddamn heart, and they have discontinued my Garden Tomato Toner. If there was ever a plea I could put out into the world, it is to Burt's Bees to bring this back. If you're an oily beast, this will change your life. It is so good. I have 2 bottles of it here. I had a 3rd bottle that, again, breaking my heart, was in a suitcase when I was traveling for work, and it got jiggled around and it broke right at the top. So the inside of my little like kit bag was covered in toner, and it was just a hot mess. And I wasted luckily I was down to only that much in the bottle, but it was traumatic. It was a thing. But this, I absolutely loved it. But these are the end. This is the last of my... the last of it. So things I've tried since then, Mama Champagne picked me up some Thayer's Witch Hazel with Lavender, and she got me a lot of it. She got me the little spray bottle and the refill. I did use it up. I didn't love it. I don't love a toner as a spray. I like to put it on a cotton pad and rub it around. So that's what I'm looking for. This was fine. I just don't love it in a spray. It's a cotton pad, rub it around. I'm old school, that's what I want. The other spray that I tried, along with every beauty YouTuber in the world, is the Mario Badescu. This was aloe herbs and rose water, so I think this was the pink one. I thought I had another one of these, but I've only got one empty, so maybe I kept thinking about buying the other ones and just didn't. Or else it's in a bag somewhere and I've forgotten about it and haven't used it up. But it was fine. I just, again, I don't, even spraying it on and then rubbing it with a cotton pad, I didn't like it. I like to apply it directly. But the new thing that has made its way into my routine and is sticking around from Mario Badescu, this is the glycolic acid toner. I do prefer a toner that's got an acid for some exfoliation, some chemical exfoliation, as opposed to physical exfoliation. I do some physical exfoliation, which you're going to see, but I do prefer that. So I do like that I found this one instead. This is replacing my Garden Tomato Toner. It'll never really replace it, but that's what I'm using now. All right, speaking of exfoliation, let's go through the physical exfoliators that I use. This is another cheap, absolute gem. If you have not tried the Queen Helene line, the world can know that I like Diet Coke. It's actually Coke Zero.
It's Coke Zero, there's a difference.
With orange vanilla.
Sponsor me.
Sponsor me.
small one. Because my lips are just stinging.
All right, a couple of other cleansers that I just tried out. Didn't really love, not going to repurchase. This is the Sephora Collection Micellar Cleansing Milk. This was the coconut milk? Coconut water? Coconut water. And then two little sample sizes. This is the Neogen Calendula. It's basically a fucking marigold, but that's the fancy name for it. This one I got in like an Ipsy bag or a Birchbox, I don't remember. It was fine, didn't love it, not going to repurchase it. And the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Cleansing Gel. Didn't love them, but they were fun to try. All right, and so we had mentioned physical exfoliation, so let me go through the ones that I have for that as well. This is a little drugstore, beauty store secret. If you don't know Queen Helene's, I am obsessed. They are fantastic. They have a whole range of masks and scrubs. These are the ones that I like to use because these tend to have a smaller grit to them. This is my favorite. This is the pomegranate and raspberry. This is the mint julep, and this is the oatmeal and honey. And I finished all three of these in 2019. Like I said, I don't always do physical exfoliation, but when I do, I love one of these scrubs. And that is a replacement for this, another Tyra Beauty thing that I loved. I didn't love all of her makeup. Some of it was overpriced, and some of it was straight up trash. But this is the secret weapon, and this was a little exfoliation wand. I used this until it was like in the tube, and I was like picking it out of the tube to use it. I absolutely loved it. So this and the contour stick, I'm so sad that I'm not going to be able to get them again. So I used this up, and I moved on to Queen Helene. All right, so now we're going to talk about some treatment products that I used. I don't do a ton of treatment products. I probably should. I would love to get into some vitamin C stuff, but all the vitamin C stuff that I've tried feels a little too heavy for daytime, so sometimes I'll work it into my nighttime. But some things that I've tried, this is the Youth or Dare by Tarte. I did not love this. This was not great. It was too oily, and it had this weird chemical smell that I really didn't like. The reason why I bought it is because this is what I use pretty much every day. This is the Mermaid Skin Hyaluronic H2O Serum by Tarte. And this they were out of at the Sephora that I was at. Because I was in Phoenix for work, and I was running out of all of my skincare at the same time. So I was rebuying everything. They were out of this, and so on a whim, I decided to try this because it also has hyaluronic acid, but it has like vitamin C and some other things. This I love. Obviously, I've got 2 Empties from last year. This I did not love. Will not repurchase. I'm going to stick with this. Do not ever discontinue this Tarte because I love it. Another treatment product that I tried when I was trying to add vitamin C in, this is from Glow Recipe. This is the Pineapple C Brightening Serum. I did really like this. It smells like you're putting warm pineapple juice on your face. Like if you've ever had a drink that had pineapple juice in it and it like sat and got to like room temperature, you know that smell? That's kind of what this smells like, which is not entirely pleasant. But I did like this. It was fine. I didn't notice any particular benefits in the time that I used this bottle, so I might repurchase it, but again, it feels kind of heavy for daytime, so I would maybe use it in my night routine. Now we're getting into the moisturize step. Now the moisturize step, you're going to see from this that I like what I like, and I just like it, okay? So don't come at me, bro. First thing I like to do, because I have oily skin and because I like to strip it down, I will sometimes use like alcohol products or things just if I'm feeling really oily, I'll really kind of go in. And so because of that, I will do an extra step. This is the Tarte Drink of H2O Hydrating Boost, and I will use this actually as a hydrator. So after I cleanse and tone and do any treatment, I will put some of this down and then put my regular moisturizer on top. So this one, it's a nice gel consistency. It's really good for oily skin. I really do like that. And as you can see, I emptied out 3 of them this last year. 3 of these bad boys. And I also ended up using 2 small sample sizes that I got from Sephora. So I like this stuff. I have it in my bathroom now. It's wonderful. For moisturizers, I generally use the same one, but I did kind of deviate a couple of times. But the main one that I use that is wonderful for oily skin, again, finding this was amazing. I don't love the price. It's $49 a jar, but it's the Glam Glow Volcasmic Matte Glow Moisturizer, and this is wonderful. It's a perfect consistency. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel oily. I feel like it controls oil throughout the day. And in 2019, I went through 5 of them. So we spent a lot of money There's a whole lot of money in these bins. We're not gonna talk about it. 5 of these. So I love Glam Glow. Again, this is what's on my vanity right now. Now, if I wanted to take a break and spend about $10 less, I did end up using 2 of these throughout the year. This is the Ulla Henriksen. What is this called? This is the Nurture Me Moisturizing Creme. Now, this actually didn't feel too heavy for me. That's one thing that I notice is anytime you see creme spelled C-R-E-M-E with the little French fucking accent on it or whatever, that's usually going to be something for dry skin. Anytime you see creme, it usually means you're going to be oily, bitch. But this did not do that to me. This did not feel heavy. It did not feel oily, anything like that. I really loved it, and I did decide to take a break from the Glam Glow for a little while and try this out. And then for my nighttime moisturizer, I do kind of a slim down routine at night a lot of times. If I do have a more heavy, oilier treatment product, I'll do that at night. So sometimes I don't do all the other steps or whatever. But I do really like the Laneige sleeping mask. It's only $25, so it's a good value compared to other things in my skincare. This is the water sleeping mask in lavender. I went through 3 of these last year. I didn't go through as much of this because sometimes if I was out of it and I wasn't near a Sephora and I didn't feel like placing an order online, I would just use my daytime moisturizer at night. Or the other thing that happens sometimes when you get old is you just fall asleep on the couch. And then you wake up in the middle of the night to put yourself to bed. And when that would happen, I didn't feel like going into the bathroom and doing a whole skincare routine. So sometimes I just went to bed. So that's why I didn't use nearly as many, but I did get through 3 jars in 2019. And I did save a lot of my minis that I used throughout the year. There were probably some that they didn't really make a big impact. And especially if it got old and I didn't use it all the way up, I probably just threw it away. These are the minis that I actually used all the way until they were gone. I thought I would go through these, and then we'll get to my favorite part of skincare. We'll save that for last. This is actually a full size, but this, I don't know, it ended up with the minis. I don't care. It's the First Aid Beauty Face Cleanser. This stuff is inexpensive. It's not a bad price. The smell of this is horrendous. It's got this weird, stanky smell, and at first I thought maybe I had gotten one that had gone bad or something, and I went back to Sephora and they all smell like that. It's just gross. Like, I don't like it. So I used all the way through it because I did pay the $12 or whatever it was for this tube, but I was just like, not again. Other things, my last year's birthday gift was Drunk Elephant, and so I have the Drunk Elephant Best No. 9 Jelly Cleanser, and then Proteini Polypeptide Cream. I used both of these until they were gone. I mean, granted, they're smaller sizes, they're sample sizes. Nothing happened. I didn't have an orgasm. Like, angels didn't fly out of my asshole. Like, it was fine. I don't get the hype about Drunk Elephant. I just don't. They were fine. I didn't think they're better than the things I'm already using. So I used up my birthday gift, and I have never looked back. So, 2 minis of the Laneige Water Sleeping Mask, because I do really love that for nighttime. 2 minis of the Laneige, what is this called? The Lip Sleeping Mask. These were the 2 limited edition flavors, Sweet Candy and Mint Chocolate, or Mint Choco. These came in a gift set with the original berry flavor, which I didn't know when I bought that these were also coming out in full sizes. Those full sizes, they're $20. They will last you forever. Somehow I ended up with 3 of the full sizes. I'm going to have lip sleeping mask until I'm cold and dead in the ground. If I had known, because the reason why is so I already had one in vanilla, and then I bought this gift set to get the 2 little sample ones because I was like, Sweet Candy, I bet that's going to be good. Then I found out that Sweet Candy was available by itself, so I bought a full size of that. I will probably declutter the original to somebody, because it's nice, but it's not, there's nothing special. I don't love it. I like the vanilla, and I really like the Sweet Candy. And actually they have one that's like apple lime that's really good as well. But these were fantastic. Jen Loves Reviews included these in her lip balm video, and I was so worried that she was going to say awful things or say that they were terrible. And it turns out she said that, like, they're not bad. They're not doing anything bad. It's just we can do better. And I'm like, I can live with that. Because I love it, so as long as it's not doing anything bad. Alright, and I have 2 minis of the Ulla Henriksen Sea Rush Brightening Gel Creme. These came from Sephora in the different samplers or point gifts or whatever. They're fine. Anything that I've tried with C has just been too heavy for daytime. So I've used this at night. Same with this sample of the Tatcha water cream. I'll use this at nighttime just to kind of use it up, and it's a little bit heavier. Like, this is too heavy for me to wear during the day. A couple of other treatment products. This is the number 7, what is this? Youthful Replenishing Facial Oil. If I use oils, they have to be at night. I'm too oily to try to use any kind of oil during the day. But this one I used, and it was kind of nice. I got it in a gift set of number 7 products. And frankly, the other ones, I don't even remember what they were. I wasn't that impressed, but this one I actually did use until it was gone. It's kind of a nice little facial oil. And this is the Dr. Dennis Gross Clinical Grade IPL Dark Spot Correcting Serum. That's a big, long name for this tiny bottle. And I remember that it's stinky. Is this the stinky one? And so I'm just opening and smelling trash. Are you watching this? Oh, yeah, that was the stinky one. Yeah, this smelled awful. I didn't notice. I don't have, like, super bad dark spots, but I would use it under my eyes at nighttime, and I didn't notice any improvement. Sorry, Dennis. All right, we have the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Sleeping Mask. This is fine. Not as good as the Laneige, and Laneige is cheaper. This is another Dr. Dennis Gross. This is the C Plus Collagen Brighten and Firm Vitamin C Serum. This was fine, but again, it just felt too heavy. I liked it, didn't love it. This is a little sample size of the Sunday Riley CEO. 15% vitamin C brightening serum. I sometimes try to convince myself that I'm a bougie bitch and I'm going to start doing some Sunday Riley. It's too expensive, and this felt so heavy and greasy on my skin. I had to use it at night. I actually used, it must not have been this last year, I must have used it in 2018. Because I went through, because I spent so much money on it, I was like, I'm goddamn going to use this. But I bought the CEO moisturizer, and it was so heavy, and I felt so greasy for so long. I found myself putting it on probably thicker than I needed to, just so I would use it faster. But by God, I used it all up. And this was the same kind of experience. Like, I just want to find a C product. If anybody knows of, like, a C treatment product that doesn't feel heavy and greasy or doesn't have a gross smell. That's all I want in my life. This is from Fresh. This is the Rose Deep Hydration Face Cream. This was part of, I think, a 500-point gift at Sephora. They do Fresh a lot. It was fine. Didn't impress me. I would use it if it just sort of happened into my life, but if it wandered in on its own, free-range face cream. But I just am not... It's not the kind of thing I'm looking for. It's just not. I found other things that are better. And the last thing before we get to my favorite part of skincare, this is the Ulla Henriksen Banana Bright Eye Cream. So this is a full size. This is a little guy, but this is an eye cream. I like this. I'm going to go back to this. My eye cream right now is the Origins Ginseng, whatever, caffeinated eye cream. I don't love it. I don't love it. This I feel like I can put on during the day. This one I would use both night and day. So I do want to go back to this, but I got to use up that Origins one first. So my favorite part of my skincare routine, this is not something I necessarily do every day. It's just kind of a random thing. I love face masks. I love them. I love a good clay-based face mask. So that's, if you are oily, clay masks are where you want to go. Because peel off, I feel like, are good. And they're really good for people with dry skin because clay absorbs oil. Like, it's going to pull shit out. So if you have dry skin and you're putting a lot of clay masks on, it's just, you're going to be a husk. Like, it's just going to, like the Mummy Returns. So a peel off mask, I don't love them. I will do them sometimes, but generally I want like a deep clean or whatever. Now, I don't have all of them here, and we're going to talk about why when we get to one of them. But I do have one peel off mask. And this is the Glam Glow, what is this? Glitter Mask Gravity Mud Firming Treatment. I know everybody's all mad about glitter masks or whatever. I just think they're pretty. And yes, they do make a nice Instagram picture or whatever. And it's like, the glitter isn't hurting you. Everybody's like, why is there glitter in your skincare? It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. It just makes me fucking happy, okay? That's what I need in my life. I don't know why I'm getting so aggressive with you right now. But I just, leave me alone. Pretty soon, science is going to make glitter go away. And I just want to enjoy it while it's here in a mask on my face that's pink, like a pony, that talks to you and is your friend because friendship is magic. Okay, we can get it together. I also have a little sample size of this Glam Glow Gravity Mud. This is the regular one, the silver. This came in some sort of gift set that I picked up. I do like the Glam Glow masks. They're a little too pricey for what you get. I like the Glam Glow masks. I don't love them. Also, a lot of them don't harden. For me, A mud mask, if you're going to call it a mud mask, should have like clay and it should harden. I do like the blue one of the Glam Glow, but it doesn't harden. It just goes on and you just wash it off after a while. This one is the peel off one. Same as the My Little Pony, but this one is just like chrome silver instead of being glittery. Now for some mud masks that we have. The reason why I don't have all of my empties of the mud masks for 2019 is a lot of people are probably aware of the Lush policy on recycling. So if you have, I think it's 6 pots from Lush, you can bring them in and they will give you a free face mask. And for 2019, I traveled a fair amount still. Not as much as I've traveled other years for my job, but anytime I travel, I know where the Lushes are. Well, I always know where the Lushes are, but I know where the Lush stores are near where I'm going to be staying, and I immediately go and get some face masks. I'm sure I've recycled at least 2 sets of tubs because I love their face masks. This is the cupcake. This is probably my favorite. This is the one that smells like chocolate, and it's brown, and it looks like you're rubbing poop all over your face, but it's amazing. The rose one, I forget what the rose one is called. That one is also really fantastic. Or the Catastrophe Cosmetic that smells like blueberry pancakes. Fuck. Oh my god, that smells so good. I love it. So this is representing about at least 12 tubs that have been recycled through their recycling program. So but there's only one. This one came home with me, and I haven't been back to a Lush, and I haven't gotten 5 more to go ahead and recycle it, but I'll hold on to it until I do make it to a Lush, and then I'll go ahead and recycle it. All right, this was a sample in a Birchbox or an Ipsy bag. This is the Purlisse. I don't know if that's how you say it, but it's the Blue Lotus Seed Mud Mask and Exfoliant. I really liked this, but I don't know if I looked it up and it was really stupid expensive or something. I liked it, but I didn't love it more than other things that I've used. But it does have a really nice smell to it, and I did like the way it's it's not as heavy. So if you sometimes don't like clay masks that just feel like cement going down on your face, it dries to like a thinner kind of crust. I love a good crust on my face. And this is from L'Oreal. This is the Masque Argile Pure. That's French or some shit like that. Pure Clay Mask. It doesn't tell me. I don't remember what kind this is. I think this is the blue one or I'm trying to tell what color the crust is on the inside. I think this is the black one. I had 4 of these, I think, that I bought for a review a couple years ago on my website, The World of Champagne at janessaj.com. I can't wink, but that's as close as I get. So this is one. I had about 4 of these. I liked them. They were fine. For a simple mask, these were great. I didn't notice any spectacular results, but they're only like $11, $12. They're not bad. It didn't change my life, is what I'm saying. The mask that does change my life, and I can't believe I don't have an empty from 2019. I think I just tried so many mask products that I ended up not using it up, because normally I would have 2 or 3 of these for a year. I love the Queen Helene Mint Julep mask. I swear by it. If I could only in my life have one skincare product for the rest of my life, I know it should be like a sunscreen or something, some shit like that. I don't care. It would be the Queen Helene Mint Julep mask. Under $5 usually. Like, it's super cheap. It's so good. It's just this thick, minty smelling green mud, and it is wonderful. And I cannot believe I do not have any empties of that for this year. I must have just tried way too many other things. But my final masks are also from the brand we talked about with the cleansers. These are from that formula 10.0.6. And this is a little sample size of the Be Pure Skin Clarifying Mud Mask with strawberry and yarrow. This one's fine. I like this one. It's okay. It's a little bit, again, of a thinner consistency. You get a thinner kind of crust. But I really like the Take Back Control Oil Controlling Mud Mask with cacao and charcoal. Cacao. So there we have a couple of these mud masks. I love them. This brand is wonderful. I know they're kind of reading me to filth with telling me that they're for young skin, but fuck them. I like it too. So I'll just be young at heart. Yeah. So those were my 2019 empties, and what I think is going to change for 2020 as I'm looking at my empties. I don't know if I'm going to bother to save all the trash again this year, but if I do, I think what's going to be very different is kind of like how with my skincare you saw the same kind of things. I think you're going to see those same things again. I don't imagine I'm going to be talked out of loving the things that I love in terms of my cleanser, my toner, my moisturizers, things like that. You may see some different treatment products. Like I said, I'm wanting to try to work some vitamin C in that doesn't drive me crazy and isn't stinky. But I imagine you'll see it start to kind of, there may be some, especially like the littles. I like to get those little sample sizes and just try things out, but it's really hard with skincare to get me to commit to a big product. So you may see a couple different things, but you're going to see a lot of that kind of uniform regimen sort of thing. Also, I imagine now, if I'm starting to film videos, you may actually see some more makeup products making it in there. Right now, you can see the obvious ones that came through were foundations. There were a couple powders. There were some concealers. And those are the ones that, like, with a base for a big drag queen face like this, you need a lot of product. You need a lot of coverage. And it's the kind of thing that I'm less likely to buy so many of. Obviously, I own, like, over 100 eyeshadow palettes. I'm not going to suddenly show up next year with like 20 eyeshadow palettes that I've panned. Not going to happen. So those staple products that I'm less likely to buy more options in, you're going to see more of those, but you may actually start to see some more makeup because of filming videos, and I may try to use some more products and try them in different ways. And blushes, I'm super excited to play with blush this year. I know everybody's been doing wonderful blush looks. Emily Han, by the way, a little shout out to her. She's one of my favorite, like, smaller YouTubers. And she has been doing this, like, blush draping, sunburnt face thing that she's been playing with in a lot of different ways that I am obsessed with. So shout out to Emily Han. I'm super excited for blush. I always thought blush was boring, but I'm super excited to play with blush and do some of that this year. So that's what I would expect to see next year, is a lot of the same, really kind of getting that routine stabilized, standardized, maybe a couple new treatment products and that sort of thing. So let me know in the comments below, what are some of your staples? What do you think about this collection? I mean, it feels like a lot of plastic, right? I'm surprised that it was only those 2 bins, honestly. To me, I thought I would have a much bigger collection of stuff over a year. So I guess on the one hand, I'm kind of impressed that it's not as many, but it's also a lot with the little things. So yeah, very interesting. Let me know what you think below. If you have somebody that you watch that does empties videos that you really like, that you think does it in a really interesting way. Because in my head, I'm always interested in empties videos, but then I get to them and I'm like, oh. Because it's always just like the 3 things that they used up that month. And I'm like, I want more. Like, I want more depth to it or something. If you want to follow me on my social media, don't forget to check me out on Instagram at JanessaJOfficial. You can find me on Twitter at JanessaJ if you want to see me yell at Delta for delaying my luggage. And you can go to my website, The World of Champagne, at JanessaJ.com. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a like, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Bye.
We're wiggling. We are recording, but we're wiggling a little.
It wasn't good enough for me. Who is this? Well, if it's focused on me, it's probably not refocusing on the
Yeah.
So I might have to do that beauty trick.
Yeah, and every once in a while it wants to focus. It's like giving the square here, and then it gives a little square to Muppet Baby. Not there.
It should focus on me anyway. Well, I'm the focus.
Yeah. But yeah,
I'm the star here.
If you get back far enough, it is funny with the square on your face, but then little Muppet Baby getting a little square too.
Little Zach.
It's like, wait, there's a little person down there.
There's somebody down there. There's somebody in between her boobs, and it's Zach. All right.
He's motorboating you.
Motorboating a little. Go ahead and blow if you need to.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just wiping.
Oh, you're just wiping. Okay.
Just a drippy nose.
Let Me Live. From Kat Von D, which we now know is KVD Vegan Beauty. They got rid of her. Apparently, she was running the country. She was running the company into the ground. I also have... Oh, I should wait until I'm looking up again. And also 2 lip glosses. Let me throw some of this shit out of my hands so I can... I do think I'm fancy sometimes.
You is fancy.
I is fancy. That is shenanigans. So let's talk about cleansers. My new favorite, for a while, I was...
I'm going to stop you because then I can stop this and you can do all of your products in one thing. Oh, yeah, I might as well. Crunch.
Making all that noise back there.
I know.
Passion fruit and green tea. All right. Can I have a Diet Coke, please?
No. Another one.
Another one.
It's recording right now, by the way.
I know. That's fine. The world can know that I like Diet Coke. Are we ready?
Yeah.
We're ready? Okay. So that was tone.
Just them titties.
Just them titties.
I can't even see the areolas. Oh, you're a little offsided, but
a little offsided. It's fine.
You moved up on your left a little.
They're kind of everyone's
because it perks up. Because it perks up.
Sometimes the nipples like to scan the crowd. They like to see what's going on.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. But this did not do that to me. This did not feel heavy. Not feel heavy. Do I have a full size of that too? No. Okay. Is something happening?
When you put your arms up like this. Put your arms up. Okay, no, you must just hold one up higher when you're showing it. Because I'd see it, and I'd be like, oh, is it off kilter? Because it looked like one of the... But I think you would just hold it slightly higher. That's all. Because it looks like...
your arms and nipples.
Because it looks like your bands are even.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just obsessing about something that I don't need to obsess about, but I'm gonna. Right. That's what you get if I'm behind the camera here.
That's right. Would not repurchase. It was fine. I would use it if I had it, if it came across my experience. What's happening?
Okay, you are recording.
Do the wobble wobble.
Yeah.
Wobble wobble.
What happened?